to the least.
Oh, you got an Xbox.
I got everything, but I played on PC.
Uh,
I also played on PC.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I
Yeah.
was looking
A lot of
for
people
a
here
cross.
PC Master Race.
Hey, it was PC. I was looking for a processor, the i9 processor, so I could play Final Fantasy 15 better.
Oh wait, that's not what I want.
Javon has that game, right? Javon got that
No.
game. Oh, right?
Yeah,
Who, Jamal?
Final Fantasy 15?
Oh, Shavon? Yeah, he has it.
Oh.
Oh,
they said
That's the only
additional.
man I know he liked the game so much he bought it twice.
man, Clarence, why you give me to go show that awesome con, man? You looked at me like I was a stranger or something.
I probably didn't recognize you. I probably didn't recognize
I
you.
didn't even know you went to Awesome Con.
I walked
Oh, yeah.
on.
I
I
was
walked on and he was talking to some chick in that little main area. I was like, "What up, Clarence?" He was like, "What up?" Then nothing.
Oh yeah. I'm not
Sounds like a Clarence move.
I ain't recognize how you look.
All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone to the You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I'm your host Ray. With me, as always, is Father,
Sub-Zero's a hoe.
and we have Black Ginger,
What up? What it do? What it do?
and we also got Shiny Wolf,
How you doing? Oh,
and we got my man Stu.
what's good? What's good?
All right, I wanted to start. It's funny I was talking about MK11. That's where I wanted to start at, and since I know I know most of y'all got the game, I was wondering how do y'all feel about it.
I think it's a really good game. Now, obviously, it takes a lot of getting used to because this is nothing like MKX. The fucking rush down game that game was. This is take your time and
yeah.
put it in right type game. So you gotta you actually gotta wait. You can't just rush in and do a whole bunch of shit. You'll get your ass whooped. You actually gotta wait your turn. You gotta respect the other person's moves. And when their turn is done, then you can start punishing and shit. It's very simple. It's like simple but effective. But if you fuck up, that's your ass.
Yeah.
Because I don't have it. So is it like any of the old Mortal Kombats or just completely different?
It's like, okay, I would say it's like a slower MKX, a slower, more methodical. If MKX wasn't about combos, MKX with like a dash of Mortal Kombat 2, because you actually got to space your moves out.
You can still do combos, but it's not as. The endpoint is
Right.
people don't know like MKX to do.
You can do combos,
Yeah.
but the game is not about combos.
Yeah, I heard you can't rely on combos.
Yeah, you can't rely on combos. They're there, but it's more get the knockdown and apply your pressure instead of do like a 80 hit combo and then I win. Like no.
Yeah, somebody was telling me a dude was doing all these combos, but he beat him by just grabbing him the whole time because he didn't understand the mechanics of the game.
Yep.
I was watching someone play Jax, and all he did was grab him and punch his face to the ground.
Yeah, grown ass man.
Grown ass man.
Exactly. They got Jack like TJ combo up in that Jack.
You got to work hard with Jax. That character, because all right, so in MKX, Jax was a very pressure heavy character. I'm gonna get in your face, punch you, and ain't shit you can do about it. What made him even better was he had a safe fireball. So if I threw the fireball and you blocked it, you cannot punish me at all. But the weakness with Jax in MKX was a lot of his moves had gaps. So if you knew what the gaps were, you could like destroy him easily. In this game, however, because the moves are so different, he's kind of like more of a he's kind of like more of an aggressive whiff punisher. So like you have to actually wait your turn. He still has his fireball, but it's not a fireball this time. It's like a little grenade launcher shit, which comes out pretty slow, so you can't rely on it. But for the most part, Jax is like, I'm gonna wait right here, and when you fuck up, that ass is mine, and I'm not letting go until you fuck up. So that's kind of like how you have to play him in this game.
Mm.
Okay.
It don't matter.
So, has any of y'all found y'all characters? Someone y'all like came close to maining?
Jack, for me.
What'd you say?
I said, can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Jack for me.
Oh, okay.
I put together Jack, Johnny Cage, and Luke.
Well, and so
Jackie Bridges is pretty good.
So Ray knows this. In MKX, I was like the biggest Kotal Khan main like fan ever. Like that was my character, right? But in this game, I switched it up. I moved him. I'm still using Kotal Khan because that's still my boy. But right now, I'm focusing on Jade. That's my character. That is my character of choice. And
you and people with staffs.
You know what? I've always liked Jade. I've played her since 3. I've always liked Jade.
Jade is like,
you know, being the first.
It was a hidden character on, what was it, 2? Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Jade is Jade.
Who's your favorite design? Like, I really like Frost's new design. And Scarlet. I ain't like Scarlet first design when she appeared. Ugh.
She about to go to the Hero Desert.
Yeah. Oh, and also I'm gonna pick up Jax just because I used him in MKX too. He was my backup in MKX, so I'm gonna pick him back up here.
I wish I wasn't broke or moving, so I can try Mortal Kombat. Maybe try more fighting games than just Tekken. Which I finally made Brawler in fodder after so many tries.
It's only gonna get harder from here.
I know. Bruh, I think I got the Grandmaster twice before they get knocked down to initiate. Oh god. But I always get knocked down by shitty people who, I don't know. I need to
That's how rank works.
That's that blue rank.
Yeah. Blue rank life. It's even worse in Mortal Kombat 11 because everyone's trying to figure out the game. So you got, and the early games of fighting games, when you're playing online, you got to deal with so much cancer. You got to deal with so much huff because everyone's trying to figure shit out. And some people are like, I always say some people play like they're autistic. And I deal with that a lot in this motherfucking game. Just bruh, I dealt with someone that would literally down one me like 8 times in a row. And I'm like, my man, what are you doing? I'm just looking at him. He's just sitting there doing it. And I'm not even in his face. He's just doing it. I'm like, are you retarded? I mean, I still won, but goddamn.
B-Hump.
Like, what the hell? Who was he using? He was using Kano too. His ass.
I heard he's not that good in this game.
I would say this person got less combos than 11 did. 11 had combos like it was trying to be technical.
Well, I remember doing the live, the first live reveal of it, and they were when they had all the, they had Sonic Fox and all the pro players out there.
Yeah.
When they were going over the game, the dude said this. He said the game is not really about combos. He said that out. One of the developers or whoever he was said this game is not on. Not about combos. They, like you said earlier, they're there, but they really don't matter.
I give it like 6 months before people try to figure out like 50 to 75% combo. It always happens with Mortal Kombat.
Oh no, there's someone that already discovered like a 75% already. But you have to stack crushing blows.
I think I saw a 51 with Kung Lao because that's one I'm gonna play one character in this game, and that's Kung Lao. I think you already know. You already
Yeah,
know that.
Ray is the president of the Lao or Die gang.
Lie with that.
Yeah,
I think
Lao game. That's what. That's what I say all the time. When
Carlisle
everybody
knows
at
them.
that house, and everybody was like picking different characters, I stuck with one character, one variation.
Bruh, that's all Ray played. He didn't play anyone else. That's all. It was Kung Lao. That was it.
Yeah, they made me get good at the game. so
Yeah, it was about 4.
so how did have y'all like tried to like get some of the extra stuff because like y'all went into the crypt. 'Cause I've heard it's like really, really, really grindy as fuck, and people have been complaining about it.
Yeah,
So I was wondering if y'all like venture through that, or do y'all even care about that?
It still takes what 3,000 hours if you don't want to pay for nothing to get through the game to get everything in the game. But the thing was like I don't know too many people are gonna try to get everything in the game. Most people who like are like you, they're gonna stuck to the 2-3 characters and call it quits after that.
some people are completionists, but they like to collect every little thing.
Yeah, I mean you got those completion, and that's probably the people complaining mostly. But
I know with fighting games, you don't get a lot of fighting games other than competing, like Milano with friends. But like unlockable, how I determine if I finish the fighting game is if I got all the unlockables. This is how it used to be when games actually had unlockables. Like it's like the standard for games unlockable.
remember in games we had to unlock characters.
Yeah, catches, stages, songs, concept art, and shit like that. Trophies and Smash Brothers. Like all that stuff.
I mean, there's some form of unlocking in this game because you got to unlock Frost, but
Yeah,
um,
like all that stuff. There's grindy, like there's grindy as hell. Kind of like Injustice, unlock certain stuff on Injustice. Like they had like a Nightwing costume and staff that you could unlock for Robin on Injustice 2. But I never unlocked it because it was random and hard to unlock.
You know what's funny? A lot of people didn't, and there was like big complaints about that because some people wanted to play the staff Nightwing, but
Yeah.
like some people couldn't get the staff because it was so random. And Justice loot was very, very random.
So this is something. This is randomized too. If I want a very specific costume with the Sonya Blade, I want the one that resembles the original Jones.
Right.
So her spandex gym wear that she was wearing in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. Yeah, there's a outfit that look like that, but it's hard to unlock that. Like it's randomized. You can't really unlock it that way.
it's kind of this. It's kind of the same way for this game too, except it's even worse because everything's actually random.
Yeah.
Like if you want shit specific for your character, you're not getting it. You gotta unlock like 800 fucking treasure chests in the crypt to get specific shit you want, and it's all filled with like junk and nonsense, like fucking like character art and environmental art and shit. I'm like, I want to. What the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Hey, so who's the unlockable characters on there?
It's only Frost.
That's it for now. They ever care with anything else they go to come out? Because I heard they had a petition. They was gonna try to bring Candyman on there.
Oh, you're talking about DLC?
Yeah.
Oh, there's already a leaked list out. They leaked it from the Switch. So
Yeah, there you go. Come on,
first DLC character is supposed to come out Shang Tsung, and he's supposed to look like his movie version. So a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Yeah, he already in the game. He in the crypt. Like he's pretty much the host of that island. The crypt is on the island that Shang Tsung has.
yeah.
Pretty much the place.
But yeah, the crypt has issues. The fucking Towers of Time has major issues. First of all, because they did it the way Injustice 2 did it with their little multiverse mode, where you get to fight shit. But the thing about multiverse mode in Injustice 2, it tells you what specific shit you can get for what character. right? And it was actually pretty fun. Like the multiverse mode was actually pretty fun. This game though, they took what made multiverse fun and they just fucked it up. Cause there are literally some fights that are impossible to win. Like you cannot win. Like earlier today, I was fighting Shao Kahn to get one of his costumes. First of all, he has two modes when you're fighting him. He has an all armor mode where he takes no damage, but he can still attack and damage you. And then he switches to like a berserker mode where if he gets a counter hit, you die instantly.
God damn.
So it's like what the fuck am I doing? I can't do anything. If he's in armor mode, he takes no damage and he's armored, so he doesn't get knocked down or none of that. You can't sweep him, can't knock him down. But if he hits berserker mode, you cannot get hit, or else you lose. Like what kind of bullshit is that? And he takes regular damage in berserker mode too. So it's not like you're doing anything like special. So what you actually have to do is you got to play a whole bunch of keep away and make sure that motherfucker don't hit you. But the problem with that is that nigga got projectiles. So if he throws one, I think if he throws one at you, that one's fine. But like if he makes like physical direct contact, you die instantly.
Mm.
And then there's other ones where it's just literal bullet hell. Like I was fighting this Cassie, and the Cassie, so she had a Jackie assist, missiles that set you on fire, and a spear or like some type of projectile that holds you. So she can hold you, do the missiles that set you on fire, that take a whole bunch of fucking damage, and she can still attack you, and you got to dodge all of that. So it's like, this isn't even fun.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like, it's not fun at all.
Yeah, that's probably why I always do regular towers. I did that in MKX because sometimes them special towers, it'd be like I don't really feel like going through this shit.
Especially
But
if you're just trying to earn shit for your character. It's like a lot of the costumes in the game are fucking cool looking. You can't even get those because the game wants you to do some extra shit.
I think that the ninja costumes are kind of most of the ninja costumes are kind of lame because they're kind of like slightly variants of the same thing for a lot of ninja character costumes. The character costumes I like the most are the ones that are pretty much not ninjas. These things, some of these things are kind of cool. I wish they had found ways to like switch it up for the ninja characters a little bit more.
That's a fair complaint.
So what y'all think of the story for those who went through the story?
I think that's the best story they ever did.
Yeah, definitely the best story they ever did. Yeah,
that's actually the best story they ever did. Like, hands down.
I agree. I think the one thing I liked about it, it fixed a lot of things that were wrong with the timeline. In my opinion,
I need to go.
Like,
are we doing spoilers here or not?
Yeah, I mean,
game came out on the.
I would love to. I mean, because I would love to, but I know a lot of people didn't see it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they did they fixed it all right.
And I mean, I figured because they Warner Brothers like does the script and all that other stuff, and to me it has like Mortal Kombat has always had good quality movies. I mean, not quality. With their story modes and their fighting games, they're always good quality. They're movie quality. That's what I mean to say. And I feel like they always had that advantage over other video games because you know how other people want story mode in like a Marvel versus Capcom or Street Fighter, and those stories were whack. I feel like they don't have the movie quality storylines that WB does. So I feel like Mortal Kombat always had that advantage.
Marvel Capcom only had it one time. They had it with that one Infinite game. That game just flopped all together.
And it really didn't need to. That was easy money, but they fucked it up. But that's a different topic.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, and no, the number one thing I like about the story in particular is how like it's like you said, everything ties together, but also they gave characters a lot of personality in this one. Like a lot of fucking personality. Like they're more like they just like the character makes sense. Like they do shit and it just makes sense. There was a little bit of like weird spots here and there, but other than that, it was nice.
And yo, what is up with Ronda Rousey's acting?
Oh,
Rousey had the worst voice acting whole
Not
game.
a voice actor. Oh my god. I mean, players, I don't know if you watch Raw, but
She showed more. Excuse me. She showed more emotion in Raw than she did at that in MK11.
there's only one time I've seen her do real emotions, and that's when she went off that one time. But other than that, her promos always been garbage.
some people just have it and some people don't.
But I had a feeling when
I'm not gonna harp. The thing is, I'm not gonna harp on it so bad. It was bad, but I'm not gonna like really jump on her like that because like most of those people that do the voice acting, they've been like professionals. I mean, like Phil Lamar, who plays Kodo Khan, that man's been he voice acts everybody. So
I didn't know
like,
Phil Paul was Kodo Khan. Should have known.
yeah, he's Kodo Khan MKX too. So
What about this one? Did you request?
yeah,
Nope. Okay.
he's Kodo Khan in this one too. And like a lot of you can tell a lot of those people were like professional. Like Johnny Young Bosch, he was Takeda, I think.
Yeah.
He was Takeda MKX. He sounded real good in there. And Johnny Young Bosch does voice. It's hard to like compare someone that probably just started voice acting to someone that's been doing it for and kind of
You kind of young
the whole on your blade. It was just like it needed emotion.
Johnny Young Bosch kind of fell into voice acting after the Power Rangers. So he was just a natural because of his voice. Somebody's like, you got a hero voice. Go do some voice acting. And boom, we had Vash the Stampede. I think Vash the Stampede was the first one he did.
It was out of that. He's probably doing villain voices for Power Rangers because I know a couple of Power Rangers they do villain voices.
I know he was in what's it called?
I think Vash the Stampede was the first person he did. I can't recall. And like unless like Rick said he was doing the villains. But as far as I remember, I think in somewhere I read he said somebody he still wanted to act, but then somebody was like, "You got a hero voice."
I think you're right. It was Vash the Stampede. Also, Steve Bloom was like Sub-Zero, so it took a while for me to figure that one out. But after like I watched the story. I watched the MK story. This is probably the most I've ever watched the MK story. So, because I watched this like 3 or 4 times. This is like so. After a while, I was picking up voices with like Steve Bloom being Sub Zero. So that was also really good. So yeah, this is probably the best they ever done. I don't know if they're gonna ever top this one.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna top this one.
Never say never.
But speaking of story, right? I know y'all two saw it, but did you see the fucking reaction to Jax's ending?
Oh yeah, we had to talk about that.
Yeah, the end of race in slavery. He thought slavery happening.
Like, bruh. Cause I remember the day before it came out, people was playing the leaked version or like the early versions. And then all of a sudden I see like a whole bunch of uproar on Steam, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go on Twitter, and then I see, bruh, this Jax ending is so racist, and I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? So I go on YouTube, and I type Jax ending, and then I watch it, and I'm like, Oh, this nigga ends slavery. Oh shit. So my happy ass goes back on Twitter, and I'm seeing all of this discourse. Some nigga was like, "This is racist because it perpetuates a narrative that he kills all white people and just saves the blacks." And I'm like,
they never showed that though.
where did he say that?
What did
So like,
it
yeah, they're just putting now. You got people putting false scenes in the ending that wasn't even there in the first place. The ending is like a minute and like 15 seconds long. How the fuck do you get all of that from a 1 minute 15-second ending about someone trying to end slavery for their people? And then they did the little racist ass Wakanda jokes, trying to make it seem like every black person in the world come from Wakanda or some shit. Trying to say, "Oh, we was Kangs," and you know how they be playing around with that shit. So
everyone was a king. everyone was royalty.
yeah, I'm like, why the fuck? Okay, first of all, why the fuck is y'all so mad? Like, it's not your people. First of all, second of all he's doing is ending slavery. If you ended the Holocaust, you'd be a hero. So he can't end slavery. Like, it's the most backwards ass mentality I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? It did not surprise me. Because as I've been saying for the longest, and as God is my witness, all of you have heard me say this for years. I've said this so many times in the fucking podcast. I've said this so many times, like everywhere I go to. The gaming community is racist. The online gaming community is a hotbed for blatant racism.
Well, you go to those little you go to conventions, you can kind of tell that.
Yeah. But it still makes me upset how you still got Negroes that play video games that get shocked whenever they be called a nigga by some white dude in the UK. I'm like, why are you surprised?
I'm not sure.
You know what really kind of bugged me, because people said, like, there was people's like, I don't want politics in my video games, and I'm like, this thing wasn't even political. This is history. This has nothing to do with politics.
I never get the people to say I don't want politics in this or that, like in entertainment. Entertainment has always been politics has always been in certain entertainment. It's just art imitates life.
Yeah,
and politics is a part of life.
It's the politics and other stuff. They used to play the field like they didn't really take a side. Now in entertainment, they clearly take a more left side in politics nowadays. Like with X-Men, for example, X-Men didn't tell you which side was bad or which side was good. They just explained it to you and let you decide for yourself.
Yeah, I saw that example too. It's like people say I don't want politics, and I think somebody was complaining about X-Men, and you can clearly tell that the X-Men is built off of the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Or the Wolfenstein game that happened when Wolfenstein since the 80s been like that.
Yeah. Wolfenstein has story there.
Hell, if you don't like politics in your video games, don't play any Call of Duty campaign ever.
Even the Nazi zombies.
Exactly.
Oh, somebody in the video said that. I think, did you share it, Ray? And he was saying that like there's been so many video games when you're shooting Nazis,
that was
nobody bats the eye, except for that one time. But that's just because something happened in the news. But you know what? I like how Bethesda replied to that. They made a whole video. Fuck Nazis.
One question though.
But I mean, the thing was, like with Jax, he said, I wanted to make the world great for everyone. It wasn't even just like for black people, it was just for everyone. So
he made it great for black people.
Yeah, so it was just like I want everyone to live a normal life where there's like no prejudice, no racism. This was literally All Lives Matter done well, and people still had a problem with it.
Probably because he said, I don't want I ain't taking a few centuries for everybody to get woke.
Which I also didn't understand why people were so mad at that. Even if it was cringy, that's not nothing to be mad about.
Looks like the movie made life better for black people because when they showed the picture, you know how they had a little pictures. It was black people living in Africa, smiling and happy and all that shit. So.
And you know, another thing, I know some people said, okay, I'd be more mad about Paradox, but if they were paying attention, well, I know one person I was talking to, he didn't see it, but I was like, he said it. It took him about 3-4 tries. It took him about 3-4 tries before he got it right.
Before he got Jackie back and stuff.
Yeah, like a timeline where everyone's happy. Because it's implied that he didn't just end slavery.
That's the way history is. Stuff like that. For real. If you end slavery, a lot of us wouldn't even exist in the first place.
That's true.
We were in the same circumstances that our parents met and our ancestors met underneath wouldn't be there.
That's very true.
Some people were mad about too, but most of the people were coons because they couldn't have that white woman that they wanted.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for white ancestry, white and Native Americans.
Probably wouldn't even, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's a big if. Anything can happen and change it. Hard just be
blacker.
Yeah, it's very big. Like you could change any situation. You could change the time that you and your parents had sex, and you could not be here. The time that y'all said.
I think, like, what was it? Neil. It was Tyler the Creator and Neil. I can never say this man's name right to save my life.
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was talking to Tyler the Creator on one of Tyler's little show he had. And he was like, if you go back in the past and meet your parents, you probably would never be born. But, there's a lot of theories about quantum physics. They say in time travel that nothing can, either you can't change the past. Some people don't believe you change the past. I know there's a theory that you can't change the past. I was talking with one of the old professors from AI, Griffin. Like, there's a theory believe that every choice that we ever make, that everybody ever make, creates a new timeline. And can't speak on that. Can't speak on that to make sense, but yeah, there's a theory like that. And I think they even said that we might be in an alternate reality from one of them choices. And Griffin just replied, I hope somebody just forgot to carry the one. I hope we're the main timeline. I just hope somebody forget. But what would you outside? Yeah. There's also a Nelson Mandela effect, where people are having visions from alternate reality. Because I remember Fruit Loops and the Bernstein Bears being spelled way differently.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Mandela effect. Because I remember Fruit Loops being spelled like the word Fruit Loop for the longest time. And one time I looked at a commercial and they spelled it FROOT, and I was like, oh, they changed Fruit Loops. And I talked to somebody else, they was like, no, it always been like that. I was like, what the fuck you? Or the Berenstain Bears.
That Mandela effect is whew.
Yeah, at first
that's some shit right there.
They wanted to call it false memories, but they was like, it's way too many people across the globe that have for it to be false memories for each thing. And that can tie back into the theory of every choice we make makes a new reality.
It's real quick. It's funny how deep the conversation can get, all because a motherfucker just wanted to end slavery.
Yeah, because I mean that is an interesting topic. What will happen if you ended an event like that?
Yeah, and it's interesting, but I just don't like the circumstance of how it was controversial, because that ending wasn't controversial at all.
No, it wasn't. I was more mad at the black people, like that some author named Oliver Campbell. He was mad about it, but then I go look at his pics. He got a comb out. They say you shouldn't judge somebody by a cover, but I don't remember you took character design or not, father, but I remember when they were doing character design, they told or when I was writing my little screenplay, one of the professors told me when you making somebody's personality, the things they wear, the things in their house, the car they drive, all that plays into their personality to a part. And when I saw this man and I saw some things from him, he had a comb over, like one of them black people that really wanted to be white. And I know I shouldn't be judging him like that, but that's what it looked like. Then I found out, I think one of these tweets talking about his white kid. I was like, his white what? I say, okay, that's why you upset. But I asked majority of people I know, I told them if I gave you as a black man or any black man the power to go back in time or to deal with time, what's the first thing you think they're gonna do? And 9 out of 10 times, most people say something to do with slavery.
Yep.
The only thing I can say negative about that is depending on who you give that power. You give it to a level-headed black person, they're gonna try to balance it out. But you give it to some like a black Israelite, oh God.
Oh man.
Kill why?
God, the black Israelites are so toxic.
Bruh. Just end it.
I don't care what anybody say. Them niggas funny.
That's why I be watching their videos.
I be on the street listening to what the fuck they be saying. I'm like,
in the fucking Leviticus.
Some of them, bro, some of the videos I seen, I think I seen one video of one dude, him and a bunch of other dudes just standing there with their shirts out, talking about, I don't want no masculine woman. No man want no masculine, super high masculine woman. And one girl was trying to talk to him. He was like, you better not raise your voice with me talking like that. I'm a king. I was like, oh God, this guy.
Oh God.
You're supposed to be subservient, submissive of all the time. Women always want to be dominated. Like, ew. My God, stop it. No.
Dominating or dominated?
Dominated. Women always want to be dominated. But the way he was saying it was like they should always be submissive. They can't even have a voice. He wouldn't let her talk at all.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna make a variation for Jax called Hebrew Israel.
Grown ass man.
Yeah, I have grown ass man, black supremacy, and I'm gonna have Hebrew Israelite.
I don't know if you kicked off.
And I'm gonna go into like casual matches, and then I'm gonna play with Hebrew Israelite and see how many wins I can get.
It's always the dudes that look like they've been thrown in a meat grinder that's talking shit. They don't got no lineup. They dreads. They got freeform, dirty looking dreads. Not the good freeform, just the dirty looking ones. Nothing's lined up. Not the beard. Not the shape up. Nothing. Just. I was more mad that he's standing in a video full of like 10 other dudes and they all got their shirt off, glistening in the sun. Like, why you niggas glistening, nigga? I think it was all
over your body.
And I can find the video. I'm gonna send it to y'all so y'all can laugh. But I think it was on Instagram Live.
Also, racism. Have y'all heard about Rick Fox selling his share of Echo Fox because, as Wallace put it ever so eloquently, the FGC is racist?
Gaming community, not the FGC.
Not the FGC.
Gaming.
What'd you say?
The gaming community. He said the gaming.
Oh, the gaming community.
Not the FCC. Wait, isn't his son Sonic Fox?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sonic Fox is the furry dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the homosexual furry guy who dressed up as a blue fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And his father owns Echo Fox, was like a gaming. I don't know what they do. What do they do?
No, they're gaming. They're just straight up gaming because they don't just play fighting games.
Oh well, I mean, as big as because Echo Fox is really big. That I do know.
Yeah.
Especially since like Sonic Fox has been carrying that torch, and his father is was one of the shareholders. The fact that you hear that is one kind of sad, but like father says, is kind of expected.
called me a bigot, but I can't take furry seriously.
You said what?
I said, call me a bigot, but I can't take furry seriously.
I mean, everybody got their kink. You know what I'm saying? Ain't my problem.
See,
They want.
like my thing about furries is I don't even think their kink is weird. They're just weird in general.
They said that a lot of them have autism.
That's exactly right. That explains everything.
So y'all think our friend the fairy has autism?
Well, no, but at the same time,
nah, she's just a nympho.
Yeah.
What was your question?
I don't think you don't know what I don't think. Do we?
Not really.
Okay. It's somebody we know that's a fairy.
Oh, okay.
We actually know a couple furries.
Yeah, we actually kind of know a couple furries.
He's the only one I know. I don't know if y'all know anybody else. Do I know him too?
Nah,
okay.
You know.
I mean, look, I'm not going on for anybody kink. Look, everybody got that kink. Only some things just not for me.
See, furries are cool. I just need them to understand that us feet niggas are the elites. We run the fetish world.
So what's your idea of bronies?
Bronies? Okay, so bronies is just a fan club gone wrong. Like bronies are what you don't want in a fan base. You got grown ass men who don't take care of themselves. That's the thing that kills me. Most of them bronies don't take care of themselves. They're some undesirables to the fullest. And then they over there talking about, I like this pony, I like that pony. I'm like, I mean, yeah, cool. It's cool you like the show and what it represents and shit. But you over there wearing tutus and you got fucking unicorn horns hanging out your ass and
Get them. Get them.
Conventions and shit. You waltzing around and talking about I'm magical fairy or some dumb shit with your raggedy ass, staking up a whole fucking convention room.
Did you see the documentary on Netflix about bronies?
Hell no.
Yo, I seen the first 10 minutes of that, and I was like, whoa, I'm turning this shit off. It's on Netflix. It's like this dude. He was like he in love with his favorite My Little Pony, and he had fantasies about being with the pony and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Turn off. Turn off. Turn off. Yeah, it's still on there.
Like, ugh.
They be having conventions and everything. There's a whole rack of dudes that be having little My Little Ponies and shirts and dress a little like their favorite My Little Pony, like fantasize of that shit.
Like, yeah, they be drawing like fan art of which pony they want to fuck and shit. I'm like, what the hell wrong with y'all?
Yo, sweet boy. Yo, shout out to sweet boy.
Hey, that's too much care.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, you go on Netflix, check like the first 10 minutes of it. Yo, it be weird guys, you know, it be weird guys. Like heavy say guys, like you said. They just in love. They just My Little Ponies.
Yeah, but where's the Care Bear love?
Why everybody upset about these new emojis? You know what? I had these emojis for a month, but now I'm seeing a bunch of people getting them.
What?
Getting what?
The new emojis on Facebook for the reactions.
I guess some people just are behind.
Yeah.
In general.
They're like 3D now. When you go to the reactions on somebody post, they kind of, they like move.
They've always moved.
See, look, you had it longer than anybody else. They didn't always move. I don't know.
Really? People just noticing that?
They didn't always move, Ray.
They've always moved my phone.
You probably got it earlier than anybody else.
Yeah.
I guess.
You probably didn't realize that they didn't move because when we first got them years ago, they didn't move. I just got the update like a month ago. a month or two ago, I think actually.
I mean, Facebook always trying new shit, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the next topic. How do y'all feel about the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer?
I liked it, but yeah, I liked it.
You know what this movie is gonna be? This is gonna be one of those really bad movies you're gonna watch anyway because it's so good.
That's how I feel as well. It's
Well,
like I want to see it.
supposedly after Backlash, one of the designer, one of the people working on it, I don't know if it was the head designer or producer, said, "Okay, we'll change the design of Sonic." Because a lot of people didn't like the sound of Sonic. I know some people could complain about why Gangsta Paradise is playing the background, but I heard it wasn't Gangsta Paradise. It's actually the song that Coolio sampled.
Sound like Gangsta Paradise to me.
Yeah, I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it was Gangsta's Paradise.
It was
We've been
gangster.
living most our lives living in a gangster's
was-
paradise.
It was definitely, which is weird because that song was also like a soundtrack for another movie.
Yeah, the
I'm
one
like, what
from
the
the
fuck what the fuck does a Gangster's Paradise got to do with Sonic the Hedgehog?
That's the first thing I said.
Y'all couldn't just remix like Green Hill Zone or some shit.
They should have played "Welcome to the Jungle" or something. They should have did "Welcome to the Jungle."
That would have worked.
Yeah, because he's an animal. So I mean, yeah.
I actually like the part where
if they're gonna remix anything, especially with the atmosphere they was in, they should have remixed City Escape.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, they could have.
True, but at the same time, it looks like they marketing this movie for casuals. So if they would have did that, I mean, we would have nerded the fuck out. But they was gonna look at us like, nigga, what the fuck? Okay, it's just a song. I'm like, no, nigga, this is not just a song. This is history.
This song has history, my boy.
This song has history. This is a childhood.
Fresh 40.
Nigga, let me tell you something. That City Escape song is just as iconic as the original Pokemon theme song. It is just as iconic.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that.
The only thing is that the Pokemon theme song, it was mainstream. It went everywhere.
Yeah, it was mainstream. But the
like,
Sonic,
if you play Sonic Adventure 2, you knew that song.
Yeah.
Word for
Which
word.
a lot of people did.
Yeah. And you knew the song word for word too.
And then when you play Generations, when they remixed it, it was pretty good as well. At least I fucked with it.
Oh yeah, a lot of Generations remixes was pretty good. Generations was lit.
Generations is the best UA Sonic game. Period.
Yeah, it is. No doubt.
Why they doing this? Ew.
Like,
but I don't like the design for Sonic's face, and I kind of don't like the design for his body. I like that they gave him socks though this time. But his face, like I feel like y'all see those artworks that was for those concept arts that was on the internet going around.
Yeah, I saw it. I retweeted it on my.
Yeah, they had a couple of them. I like that better than I like what they shown on this trailer.
And the funny part was that he did it as like not like as a joke, but it was because like he was bored. He was like, "All right, let me just do it how he should be, based on how he really looks like in the games and shit." And everyone just started sharing that. I'm like, "Why didn't y'all do this?"
I don't think they should do it like they did in the game exactly, though. You know why?
Well, it's not in the game exactly, but it's just the form, like the way he's shaped.
Because people want those stick arms and those stick legs. I'm like, that don't look right in a realistic setting. It can't be stick arms.
Well, then again, they could have did it Bugs Looney Tunes style.
Looney Tunes.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, right?
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah, but this isn't supposed to be like old cartoons. They're not depicting this as it's a cartoon character or game characters coming into the real world or leaking into the real world. This is like if Sonic the Hedgehog, if a mutant hedgehog actually existed that could run at supersonic speeds.
Yeah, but the one that was on Wreck-It Ralph wasn't that bad either, too.
Wreck-It Ralph, yeah, but Wreck-It Ralph is video game characters come together in the hub world. And a rat. That's what that was.
This is an imposter.
It wasn't supposed to be real. This is supposed to be a hypothetical real situation. If there was another dimension, if there was dimensional portals that opened up to a universe of furries.
Universal furries.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about that. Oh my God.
Universal furries, that's what they are.
I mean, my issue is some of them are getting really good at 3D modeling. So they're gonna fuck around and get some inspiration. Oh my God.
Lord. Don't let fucking Shadow or Tails come out on the movie.
Oh man,
Furries are gonna be all over it.
That Tails picture? That Tails picture is hilarious.
I saw that, and then they kind of put Gun and Knuckles right under that too. So
if he say, "Do you know the way on that movie?" I'm gonna die fucking laughing.
Bruh, I never heard the end of that. That shit plagues me for so long when that shit was popular.
Buddha. Hello, Buddha.
I'm not gonna lie, some shit was funny. It was like one dude he was doing. He said, "My name is Eli," and I fucking died.
Oh
man.
Okay.
But yeah, did y'all see Robotnik at the end though? The trailer when he got that whole mustache grew out like.
You know what? They did Robotnik pretty good in that movie. I'm gonna give him that.
Oh, he's definitely the reason I'm going to see the movie.
Yeah,
He had fun with this movie.
They even made his nose kind of blush, kind of reddish.
And it's fucking Jim Carrey. So, I mean, he's the perfect person for it.
Yeah, have you seen the meme? It was a bunch of memes talking about Sonic the movie. Jim Carrey's back.
Yeah, I seen that one. Jim Carrey's back here because he carrying the movie on his back.
There's so many of them. One time it was some bird dragging a body. It was like Jim Carrey on a bird. Sonic.
Yeah,
and did y'all see him in Mushroom Hill Zone?
No.
When he had the full mustache and the goggles on, he had like those giant mushrooms behind him.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah, go look at it again. You'll see.
I know on the green on the police car, I think it said Green Hill or whatever that was. Something Hill. What's that zone?
Green Hill Zone. You're right.
Green Hill Zone. Yeah. It was on the police car.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Eggman's going to either get stuck in the furry world, or
this furry world, man.
Or he's going to intentionally go to the furry world just to fuck with them and try to discover them or whatever.
I wonder if they're going to introduce the Chaos Emeralds in this or wait.
Yeah. People was like, why does Sonic's ring open up portals? I'm like, have y'all not seen Sonic 3D Blast or Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic 3?
Yeah.
I mean, the rings, he jumped through a ring, he went through a whole new zone.
Yep.
I like, see, y'all not about that Sonic. You're not about that Sonic.
Wasn't it like
that's Sonic 1?
Oh, Sonic 1?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, when there's a ring at the top of the that little sign when you win
the checkpoint
and you jump through it.
Yeah, there's a checkpoint. You need I think you need
50.
You need over 50 coins, and then when you hit the checkpoint, there's stars that circle around, and then you jump in there.
Yep.
But I know someone talking about the big ass ring at the end of some levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking
at
about
the end of the ring, and some other games is hidden. It's hidden in some type of cave or something.
I know. Sonic 3, you had to look in hidden caves for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
in the comment section said this movie is secretly a Robotnik origin story.
Yeah, it is pretty much. Yeah, So they never did show how they actually became like rivals or how he even developed. They just he's this Eggman and he's doing all this bad shit,
Well, it looked like
kidnapping animals and putting them in his machines. But they never really showed why or how he became that. That's why I always say that Shadow the Hedgehog had the most development out of anybody in Sonic.
That boy had all the angst.
Hey,
Yeah. And secondly, and Knuckles second, Shadow first, because Shadow had the most development. Knuckles had the second most development. Sonic don't got none.
Yeah, I just see this weird.
He doesn't need it. Let's be real. He really don't need it.
How did y'all feel about the spin when he blew up that car? I liked it.
Oh, that was dope as shit. That spin dash is dope as shit.
And they had the sound with it too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that joint was pretty nice. I got the electricity. It reminded me of Sonic Heroes when he had the electricity to his attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and it goes through the rings.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked that. Like I think the movie might be okay. It's just the character design looks.
I don't think the movie was gonna be great, but I think it was gonna be a good enough movie that people will enjoy.
Yeah, it'll be okay. An okay movie. Something, a nice little popcorn movie.
Yeah, like.
Bro, somebody tell me. Go ahead, Father.
It's like I said. It's like that movie is either gonna be okay or it's gonna be so bad it's good.
Yeah, right.
Or it might just be a guilty pleasure movie, like Mortal Kombat movies. Oh God, the movies are horrible, but I love them.
Oh yeah, that second Mortal Kombat movie when Jax was punching that what was it, a dinosaur or something like that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That shit had me cracking up because he was punching with all his might. He was just like that shit is hilarious.
Bruh, me and a couple of my friends, we sat on Netflix on our PlayStation, so binge watched both movies while they were on Netflix at one point, back to back. Bruh, man, the movies are so corny and horrible. But the
first one had better production value though.
Two lost all the characters, all the actors changed except for Liu Kang and Katana. Wait, no, Katana stayed the same. But everybody else, from Sonya to Raiden, Johnny Cage, even though he was in the movie for 3 minutes. 3 seconds. All the people changed. Did they change? I think they changed Jax too, because he appeared in the first movie for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, he appeared in the first movie, but they changed him to the bald head dude.
I ain't even paying attention to none of that. I just watched those movies.
Yeah, no, I only realized it probably when we would binge watch.
I noticed it when I first saw it. I was like, hey, that's a different Raiden, because the first Raiden was the Highlander dude.
Yeah.
And you can't forget him. And then they changed it to that other guy who's kind of dry as shit. Which, I mean, that's cool for Raiden because Raiden's dry any fucking way. So
yeah, I mean, he's an elder god, you know.
Yeah.
And shit.
I like his voice actor in Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job of depicting those characters.
I heard everybody liking Dark Raiden.
Dark Raiden, yeah. Well, he did the Shinnok. That shit was gangster.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that shit bad fucking ass.
Yeah, the fake's worth in death. I ain't see what he did in 11 yet.
And it's funny because Dark Raiden isn't even evil.
No, not really. He just does what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? I'm not fucking around anymore. That's what, like, he's not dark. He's just like, all right, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm not playing games with your punk ass.
Yeah, I think someone said this is the Raiden that's like sick of everyone's shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bruh, didn't he give up his what was it, Deadly Alliance? He gave up his immortality to stop Shang Tsung and them, but they killed him and he came back.
No. That was deception. And he sacrificed himself when the Dragon King came back.
Okay. Make sure I can get it wrong.
Because he was fighting Quan Chi and Shang Tsung by himself. And then Onaga came in, and then all three of them was like, all right, this motherfucker is actually really fucking OP. So we're gonna combine all our efforts to try and at least like subdue him. But it didn't work because he was technically immortal.
And technically, they didn't even bring him back this time, did they? In none of the last stories, did they?
He's like what's it called? They only reference him. They don't really bring him back.
Okay. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are the only two characters that never missed a Mortal Kombat game.
Nope, Scorpion missed Mortal Kombat 3.
Who? He missed what?
Scorpion missed Mortal Kombat 3.
One, and people was mad about it too. People was like,
hold on, y'all talk to me. People talking at once. What was it? He missed what? Which one?
Mortal Kombat 3.
3? Like
yes, not Ultimate 3.
3? Oh, okay.
Original 3.
Okay, I never seen that. See, I never played original 3. I only remember Ultimate.
Yeah, me too. But I looked at it. Me too. I looked at a history joint though that told me that he was missing on the original part. That's the only way I would have known.
I know that. So, what about Sub-Zero? Did he miss any?
No.
Okay.
That's funny because that's like Ed Boon's baby right there is Scorpion.
Yeah,
that is weird because he made him first and then tinted him blue to make Sub-Zero, and that's how he stayed space.
But you know what I like about Ed Boon is the fact he's not like some other creators who act like they can't kill fictional characters. Ed Boon kills off quick.
That's bull. That's like people say that like people talking about Injustice. Say, oh, you can't kill the characters on Injustice. I mean, not on Injustice, but on DC. That's why they didn't have fatalities on Mortal Kombat. I was like, DC Comics kills characters all the time.
Yeah. But there's other people who don't read comics and stuff complaining. What about the kids? Do you understand comics?
Man, let me tell you something about comic books. Batman got raped. Nightwing got raped. Batman's been killed.
Superman's been killed.
Lobo kills. The Joker done raped and killed people.
There's a lot of things that people think for kids, but when you look at the history of it, like when we was doing animation, we had
like if you actually
cartoons were made for. Remember in one of the little documentaries we watched, the dude was like, we made cartoons for adults.
Yeah. Stan Lee said himself when they asked him does he write for kids, he said, I never wrote for kids, I wrote for me. He wrote what he thought would be interesting, not necessarily for kids.
Oh yeah, and Wonder Woman killed too.
Yes, he did kill.
He's like one of the few people that killed consistently.
Yeah, because she came from a culture that was kind of similar to that was like Greece or Rome or some shit, but they like separated themselves over time.
They're warriors. They want to kill.
And she also said, when we had bad guys, we handle them. Is it something along those lines or something like that?
So I just don't get creative who act like they're scared to kill. I got a friend like that. Some people, I don't know. Some people say it's lazy writing, and I'm like, how? It actually makes it. You kill off a character, it actually makes it. Now you gotta think of it, especially an OP character. You kill off a certain character, now you gotta make it compelling. Now you gotta, now you kind of writing yourself into a fourth way and making a compelling story while relying on that character.
The problem with killing certain characters though is that you gotta continuously come up with new villains and stuff, and then people be trying to bring characters back to life, especially when you kill off a hero. When you kill off a hero and you try to introduce a new hero, and the new hero usually isn't as popular as the original hero, the original hero. And they try to bring back what's that new Iron Man chick? That little girl, 13-year-old girl. Ironheart, yeah, like with Ironheart. They killed off Tony Stark and War Machine. They killed both of them off, and then they tried to make Ironheart take their place, but Ironheart comics aren't selling like that. So then they tried to bring back. So then they had to bring back Tony Stark and War Machine.
But I want you to remember, Clarence. I call his name Terrence. My bad. You gotta still remember, we live in a racist, misogynist world, especially in some of these fandoms. Now, not saying that could be an issue, but I think it is because she is a black character girl. Brett,
And she's a teenager. I don't.
Eh,
And a lot of
but
these,
I,
and a lot of these a lot of these comic book readers, like these Western comic book readers, they're old people. A lot of them are older people. They don't want to read about no 13-year-old
remember,
either.
some of these people are still the same toxic people we go to cons with. So that's why I don't know why you eyeing over there, right? These are the same people who get on black people for playing characters. Oh, your skin not dark enough. You gotta remember, these are the same people reading the same comics. Sometimes we forget that fandoms cross each other.
no, them people. I don't give a fuck about them people. It's more or less. I think the um because because I really can't say it because people like Miles Morales.
But I
And
heard there's a lot of people I met that don't like Miles Morales.
I actually think that Miles Morales might like. I don't know if he know the way of the spider thing that Peter Parker do, but he got better powers than Peter Parker. I think.
I know some people don't. I met some people who don't like him. Matter of fact, I was in there when
they don't.
Hernandez.
From what I hear, they don't like the comic book version of him, but the movie version, people like the movie version.
Yeah, but it's always gonna be that.
I think,
So you might
and I
have to
think it's the
introduce
way.
Ironheart. You
I
might have
think,
to.
but
You might just have to introduce Ironheart a different way.
yeah,
A
but
lot.
that's what I'm saying. I think because when people watch the Spider-Man movie with Miles Morales in it, they've liked that character better. I feel like his origin story was even I feel like his origin story was a little better in the movie version than the comic book version.
I
And I
know
think
people are like,
for Ironheart, her story wasn't really set up really the way for people to like her.
that could be a
Yes,
thing. Like I said, I'm not fully putting it on, the racism and stuff, because then that'd be like trying to pull a victim card. But it is a possibility.
I mean, it could be a possibility, but like I don't know. I'm not heavy in the comic books like most of y'all, so you could be right. But as far as me coming from a casual point, I feel like a good story will still Ironheart better, and I feel like the comic books are not giving her even though it's written by a black woman.
But no,
And
you're
I
right.
don't
Like
think
a good story, because I'm not in the comics like that either. But what I'm hearing, Marvel stories in the comic book world have been kind of lackluster in the past few years.
like I
yeah,
don't
I've
know.
been
It's
hearing
like
that
it's
too.
like everybody's been having like opinions about who's better between DC and Marvel. Because what I used to hear before they started going, they started changing up like they started changing up the heroes, and they switched Thor to
Jane
his
Foster.
girlfriend. Yeah, his girlfriend in the movie, Jay Foster, and they switched Bruce Banner with some Asian kid. They start switching them up with either a female version of themselves or kids. Before they start doing that, I think people was more into Marvel's heroes than DC's actually.
Well, I don't know. I'm just hearing, from some comic book fans, I'm hearing that, excuse me, that a lot of people saying that DC storylines are just better right now. But it could be a lot of factors in why people don't think.
I personally think so. I don't know. It's yeah. If you're talking about recent stories, then yeah, I have to say DC. But New 52, people hated New 52.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people
I've
did hate that New 52.
Yeah, they keep rebooting everything like it's nothing. And I think
They rebooting Miss Marvel again. Like this is like the fifth or sixth time they rebooted Miss Marvel in the last 5 years.
yeah, they need to stop doing that.
They're trying to make her successful, but I guess they're not doing it. It's not happening. But people not really into Miss Marvel like that. She's never been a popular character like that for real, for real.
sometimes you got to produce them in another way, because for what I hear, Iron Man who's super popular now, was a B-list character in comic books.
Oh yeah, he wasn't popular. No, he wasn't popular back then.
So do you
Like
think Brie Larson did a good enough job for people to like look into Miss Marvel or no?
no,
Mm-hmm.
her
That
character
movie,
is kind of dry. Well, I guess
yeah,
that's how her character kind of dry. How she depicts herself, how she depicts that character is dry.
but I think that's just from the script she had in the movie. Because I don't want to, not gonna spoil your end game. But as far as her movie wasn't really like a normal Marvel movie. And sometimes I think people forget when you come from war culture places, them those characters tend to be dry like that because they just like I gotta stick to orders. And her movie is more mystery based for a little bit more than most Marvel movies. I think it would pick up when if they do whatever they do for Captain Marvel 2, will hopefully bring do something to make it seem more exciting. I don't think it was a bad movie. I know some people out here like Mark gave it a 6. I was like, I think that was pretty harsh. I give it about an 8, but they just don't play like other Marvel movies. And I think hopefully in 2, they write it really. If they write it, really well, it can help.
Why don't you say that? Because I think the first Captain America movie is a 6, but that's just me.
I can't remember. I got to watch the first one again. I don't know. I really hate
It did its job. I would just say that it did its job.
Mm.
But other than that,
Well, I don't know, Ray. You talking about Infinity War? You thought that 2/3 of that movie was boring?
yeah,
Infinity
I still
War.
think that.
Yeah, Infinity War. He hasn't seen Endgame yet, and he's not.
I'm like the only one who hasn't seen Endgame.
But yeah.
I don't know. Everybody get their different takes. I know there's somebody else saying AI, but we can good thing too.
What got us talking about alternate versions of the same character? What guys talking about that?
What you talking about?
What guys talking about alternate versions of the same character?
Love.
Because I was talking about something about how usually the spin-off version of a character doesn't sell or market as well as the original. But I forgot why we was talking about that.
You started talking about because I was talking about killing off characters, and you brought up.
Oh yeah, killing off characters. Yeah, because usually that's for like main. That's for like the main character though. That usually don't fare out well that much.
Well, it depends how you go about it, but I don't know. Me personally, from a story standpoint, I just don't like seeing like one of my issues with Goku is Goku's always relied to save the day, and people hype him up more. Like they act like they can't push a story without Goku. And Vegeta does. And I'm like, Goku should have stayed dead when he died. Vegeta should have stayed dead. When a person complete there's a certain thing. I know when we were learning the right script.
Art.
Yeah, their art. But when we was learning the right screenplays and animation, they really went heavy with the hero's journey, and I kind of like the hero's journey as far as it is. And sometimes, and I'm also a believer of all good things got to come to an end.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you keep going and going, after a while, it's just like it's like me watching wrestling sometimes. Like been loving wrestling for 31 years of my life, but every now and then it's just like some things just need to end. Maybe they do need an all season or something.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of Western franchises, especially comic books. They don't never end. Batman's been going on since almost nonstop since 1940 something.
Yeah, but
that's the only reason I don't see it in there because Batman sells.
Yeah, but I mean, also is the fact that just ending certain storylines or coming up with somebody else more than Bruce Wayne, but they always bring Bruce Wayne back. I got a friend. He tells me that other people pick up the manner. Like Nightwing's a better fighter. I think somebody else was a better detective. but you're not gonna get that because that person is always dead. You know, Bruce Wayne is always dead, so people gonna always
Yeah, yeah, because
his shadow.
he was Batman at one point, but they undid it at some point.
I mean, yeah, like the thing with Gohan, like Gohan's a big favorite character of mine. And I think they could have put Gohan, but there was a lot of certain things like him Goku back, and they just people just can't get past Goku. Like even a little
Let's
bit of Super, I think Gohan
yeah.
was stronger. Other people tell me not, but
There's
I
a lot
think
of background noise. What's that background noise? It's not like water running or something.
that's the answer. Doing
Okay,
like,
go ahead.
Now I think like with Gohan, like there's just a lot of always relying on people like Goku and Vegeta who don't even sometimes get the job done. There's no my basic thing is sometimes when you don't kill off Curtis, there's you kind of lose your threat sometimes, like in Dragon Ball Z. Sometimes I only watch
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z because I'm like, they're not going to die. That's boring to me.
and if they do die, they're gonna come back. So
The fight, the fight scenes are okay, but where's the threat at? Even the world, even that tournament,
you
that
knew what universe was gonna win.
yeah, that power tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, the
so
tournament
long,
of power.
yeah, tournament of power.
You knew exactly what the universe was going to win. They had to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's why my favorite one of my favorite stories, especially in manga, is Devilman because I don't know if y'all all seen it or not on Netflix yet, but it's been out for like a year and a half. So if
I
y'all want,
really,
huh?
you can go ahead. I'm not big on spoilers, but you can go ahead.
You want me to tell you? Well, in that story, the outcome is not obvious. Let me just put it that way.
Uh,
The outcomes are not obvious. It could go either way,
mm.
and that's why I like that story because it's not so obvious. Everything isn't what like everything else.
That's one of the reasons why I kind of like Naruto at the beginning because when people fought like the Chunin exams and the
Mm,
way they're hyping up like Hunade and Rock Lee and fights, you like, oh, they gonna win this, of course. Then they got their ass handed to them.
right, exactly.
There was build up.
Huh?
There was build up.
Yeah.
And character development
hmm And the people you thought were gonna win didn't necessarily win.
Like
because
I
Goku.
always I always said Rock Lee dropping the weight in that Gara fight was like it was my same reaction when I saw Goku turn Super Saiyan for the first time.
Mm,
Mm.
Oh, you knew shit was about to go down.
Oh nigga, I was like, oh shit.
That shit that shit woke me up, and I wasn't even asleep. But when I
That,
saw that, that's like, oh, he's
but
like, oh,
that also show you that the Lee Village wanted to be fucked with because even though them people lost, they were beating the shit out of other people.
I mean, yeah, but you also have to consider Gara was a whole Jinchuriki. He had a
And Rock
whole
Lee
fucking spirit.
with no genjutsu or ninjutsu was up there beating the brakes off a guy who came back from an S rank mission unarmed.
Rock Lee was just a real ass nigga. That's
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it going against Tony, going against some Guinea, some low level ninjas. That was the first time Rock Lee got put to the test 3 times on 3 different occasions. Rock Lee put him to the test. Freaking Sasuke was the first person to draw blood from him ever. And Naruto was, could have beat his ass. Well, Burly, because Naruto then. I was talking to somebody at the con and they said, Naruto, the Goku effect. You beat up your enemy and they become your friend.
yeah, right, pretty much.
I like that, but sometimes I'm like, you just got to kill off. Everybody can't become your friend. You got to kill off somebody. I think the only There's only been two villains that killed off in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and that was Frieza and
Cell.
Cell.
And Cells, and now that Frieza's back, they're still not friends. They just teamed up that one time, but they're not friends though.
Yeah, that's good. Frieza cocky. That makes sense though.
Yeah,
And they killed him off again.
Well,
No,
no,
they ain't kill him off yet. He's still
Frieza's
alive.
still alive.
Yeah. he's
no,
still alive.
because no, he came back. He got killed in Namek. Then when he came back, that one time they killed him. Then
They
he
killed
got
him
brought back.
again.
So okay.
He was never
Actually-
dead in it.
No, actually, technically, Frieza never died in Namek. He got revived. He was
He
still
died on Earth.
he was like
He
comatose.
got,
Never really actually died.
he got killed by Trunks on Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
got
died on Earth.
he
Yeah,
got killed by Trunks. Then, the tournament of power shit came up. They revived his ass.
No, they didn't realize him. He was still dead then.
Well, no, yeah, he was still dead, but you know what I mean. But like, they brought him back.
no,
But
no,
then they
yeah,
but Resurrection F is canon, so they brought him back. He got brought back by his soldiers and killed again.
Yeah, then they killed him again, and then he got taken from hell to the tournament of power. Then when they won,
They
he
brought him back.
got revived.
he got his body back. Yeah,
My other problem with Dragon Ball Z is always retconning shit. Because at first they say only certain people can keep their body. But Frieza, Cell, Ginyu Force, all these niggas got to keep their body.
Well,
That's
Frieza's
so
pretty
dumb.
fucking powerful, so it makes sense to me.
That and Toriyama keeps forgetting. Like he'll forget. In answer.
I heard a story. It was one time he wanted. It wasn't supposed to be Majin Vegeta. It was supposed to be Majin Piccolo. And some people were like, but Piccolo wouldn't be able to stand against Goku. And I was like, y'all always forgetting stuff. One, he never stopped training, and when he fused with Kami, he was able to go heads up with 17. The only reason why I think he couldn't beat 17 was because 17 had unlimited energy.
They fought
Well,
twice.
that cell dropped there.
That too. As he was getting tired,
the level scales go up and down all the time. The only time when the level scales stopped going mismatching between Piccolo and Goku was in Super.
No, I mean, as soon as he got that power up with Kami, Piccolo was soon put back down to earth like everybody else. But I mean, your Cell Saga was supposed to be the evolution of Gohan anyway.
Yep. Then they took it back down again.
Gohan was supposed to be Boo, but I don't know. They keep changing stuff. One minute I heard Akira Toriyama say he didn't think people was gonna like Gohan because of past the nature. Then I heard it was the editors. Yeah.
It's fun. It's funny because I've heard that too, and I've also said they created a. But the funny thing is, they created a Gohan that people actually like, which was Future Gohan, and you could have easily made him Future Gohan, but you didn't.
Yeah. And I think one of the easy ways to do that could have been him minding chilling his business and somebody came along. I don't know who. Or he could have seen Boo kill his mother, and that could have made him snap. But I like original Gohan too, though. But
Matter of fact, the movie versions of Gohan, they were the same way. The second that when Broly came back and Gohan, he was like that Gohan supposedly kept training, and that nigga went head up with Broly and like held his own too. So they could have used that version as well. But I don't think, like I said, they forget a lot. I don't really think they knew what they was doing. They was just winging it, especially Toriyama.
yeah, manga's written. I think they're better at it now because they've been doing it for years. But manga back in the '80s and stuff, and probably written weekly on the fly. I got a friend who argued with me, and I was like, if you look at Dragon Ball Z, you can tell, like you said, it was written on the fly. Like one of the reasons was like Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu got the most OP special power in the world. And you gonna tell me he even tried to use it on Frieza somehow? And it's not like Frieza bodyguards can stand up to him because he's part of Frieza's elite team. But
Frieza had that fear in him though.
I mean that's the way to explain it. But you know what I'm saying, like, but I had the ability to change bodies unless Frieza knew the same technique, but they never explained that he could stop that. Like, but what else is on the agenda, Ray?
Have y'all heard about the shit with Tierra Marie and 50 Cent?
No, I think
Nah, I like stopped paying attention to them. What happened
Well,
this time?
I think she put a, I don't know if she like gave him the money, but you all already know that like Tierra Marie tried to sue 50 Cent and she lost the case, and now she had to owe 50 Cent some amount of money, which I can't remember, and like she was basically telling him I ain't got it and all that other stuff, and like she tried to like play. She obviously had the idea of not paying him, so he put out a warrant for arrest to make her get her money and all that other stuff. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. It was that I saw it in a magazine that people were saying that 50 Cent picking on like the likes of Wendy Williams and Pierre Marie was like toxic masculinity or some shit like that. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that.
Okay. So let's look at this in context, right? First of all, Wendy Williams. Everyone knows she's messy. Everybody and their mama knows she's messy. But that's the point because that also gives her shows ratings and shit like that. Right?
Right.
But
Right.
It's like you say, right? There's just certain people you don't try. Like
right.
Regardless of who you are, there's just that one person gonna clap back. Or that one person he's gonna kick back. So when it comes in the case of Wendy Williams, that whole beef, well, she kind of met her match. You know what I'm saying? Someone humbled her ass. You feeling what I'm saying? Right. And the thing about women, and you know this about women, women do not like to be humbled at all. Like
no, they don't.
That's the one thing they will fucking like avoid at all costs. It's like that. It's like that meme where there's this like it's someone dodging something, and it's like women and accountability, and it's always the women that's dodging the accountability. And it's like that shit is so true because every time I see some shit on social media, like you see them videos where it be some ratchet ass woman always popping off, and then she put her hands on dude, and when the dude retaliates to defend himself, there's always some women in the comment section going, "Oh, he never should have hit her that hard." I'm like, well, why she hit him in the first place? It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. No accountability type of, like energy that they always bring. So in 50 Cent's case, I don't think it's toxic masculinity because they tried him first. Because 50 Cent usually be chilling. He don't really be starting shit with nobody unless you cross him in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
It's a lie. If you can't start shit.
I mean, true. But at the same time, I mean,
it was in retaliation, but remember, he used to start shit with people if they just made a song or mentioned that they might make a song with Ja Rule.
But then again, I mean, 50 Cent's a nigga from New York. He's not taking no L's.
50 Cent's got that attitude. If you're not with me, you're against me. He's always had that attitude.
So like I think in those type of cases, I grant him a little bit of respite.
I think my thoughts on it was always like, first of all, you don't know 50 Cent because if anybody knows 50 Cent, he's gone harder on dudes than he has on females because he has a history with Ja Rule, And you already know, anytime he can fuck with Ja Rule, he'll do it. Like the whole buying 200 tickets so he can perform in an empty row. That shit is hilarious. The shit he did with Rick Ross, that shit is like beyond, that's super petty. It's like you have to really try to be that type of petty. To bring Rick Ross's baby mama on his website and she tells you how broke Rick Ross is, and then he takes her to go shopping. Not only do that, makes money off of her, where she wrote a book and he publishes it, and he made money off of that. First of all, he's a hustler first, but second of all, that's the shit. And then you take his other baby mama that was an escort and commentate a sex video that I don't know how he found it, and yet he commentated over it in his Pip and Curly shit. That's fucking hilarious. And also,
I
he made
died.
money off of that too. So anytime when 50 Cent could be petty, he'll be petty. But in my opinion, he's gone easy on uh Tierra Marie and fucking Wendy Williams. Matter of fact, the white guy that owed him money too. Like he went hard at him. So if you don't say he don't do it to white people, he's done it to white people as well. It's like anybody that owe money or like tries to cross him, he will try to he'll make an ass out of you. So to me, it's like obviously these people don't know 50 Cent.
They just like the
And not
word
only
toxic masculinity. That's all that is.
Yeah, they're just like, and like don't get me wrong, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like us as men, we definitely understand, especially us that don't do that fuck shit that they be talking about. We understand, but at the same time, it's just I feel like when they use that word, there's always kind of like a lack of context because it's like, okay, you say this is an example of toxic masculinity, but if you consider the context, they kind of came at him. So was he just supposed to take it, or was he not supposed to go as hard? Like, what do you want?
I see that a lot of times.
Problem is, it don't matter what they want. It's what she get because she came at them.
Yeah, man. If and plus that's 50 Cent. Like there were so many examples of him being petty. What made you think he was gonna like take your shit?
Because they have vagina. That's why.
Nah. Those times are over now.
50 Cent said women are his weakness.
I have vagina, so you just supposed to man up and take it, okay? That's how we play this game, okay?
I'm a person. I don't believe in men should be closed punching women and under certain circumstances. But I got
that uppercut is still the funniest video ever. But go ahead.
Toasty.
But I keep remembering I'm a guy who knows different things that can take down a 300-pound man, let alone 120-pound woman. But there's certain things I'm just like, dudes don't have to go for. Like, if a shorty pulled a knife out on me, I might close his punch her head.
Man, forget about violence. They got it in the mindset where you're not supposed to argue with them.
That's why I don't argue.
I feel like a certain woman, but I'm not. I'm not.
What you say?
I said I feel like there's certain women, but you're right. Like I'm not going. Some of the reasons women I see they just don't like no.
They don't like to be challenged. Period. They don't like to be challenged.
And yet, saying they don't like to be challenged, I think there's certain women, and also I think some that's the fault on men who are nonchalant and don't want to argue. And
yeah, passive.
There's a narrative. Not passive. Even some of the non-passive men, there's just a narrative of seeing happy wife, happy life.
Oh yeah, that
woman's always right.
And I think then we pick our battles. But go ahead.
No, you'll be right. Sometimes we pick up battles, but sometimes we don't pick the right battle. And sometimes I think I don't get women because there's just certain things I'm not going for. Other people look at me, even men look at me. Oh, bro, you shouldn't. Bro, I'm not going for that. Like, stop it. The fuck was that flash?
Woman, I guess. I hear a noise outside the window.
But yes, I think it's a narrative that everybody plays into with certain things, and why women feel it was a thought of lightning. Feels like women, it gives women a probably think everything is well, they can do. Most of the time they be right. I'm not gonna lie, but it's times some are wrong. But everybody living on their perception of life, like that one chick with her discussing that. Normally I don't get into stuff like that. Oh, men of this, all men of that. Because I know they're not talking about everybody, but that girl, she was wilding.
Oh, that's the undesirables.
Black men,
That's right.
black men are disgusting. I never marry one. Period. What black man have you ran into? God.
Probably the
Or
ones that they never see.
I mean, probably it may not be that. It may be shit that she's over exaggerated in her head because of her own insecurities.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
It could be that.
Yeah.
let me tell you about something I noticed. Well, all these women who talking shit about how they all men are trash and all toxic and this, that, and the third. A lot of times that shit that be them. Because there's women out here who got good personalities and know how to act right. And guess what? They got men already. They
But
already
like,
taken. If you wanted
but
them,
like
you
I
can't
said,
have them because they taken.
but like I said, Clarence, it's not. I mean, sometimes they're not always talking about every man. I know some be. I know some been honest. When I say every man, I'm actually talking about my nigga right now that's pissing me off. I've seen statuses like that. Sometimes they just
Mm,
pissing me.
mm.
But
Yeah, but you see, as men, we don't do that though. We don't do that as men. Like if a woman piss us off, it's very rare for a man to say, "Man, all women be on that shit." Like we usually don't say that shit.
yeah.
So like for a woman to do that to us, it's like it don't connect.
Mm.
Well, we may not say that, but women assume that's what we talk. They assume that's what we say. Like if I say that women like that, like women like this, they assume I'm talking about every single woman. Like if you say like women like the man. If you say women like the man to take the lead, they say not all. Well, like I know not all, but most of them do. If you don't take the lead in certain situations in a relationship or pursuit of a relationship, you're gonna have some problems. More than likely.
Everybody ain't
And
meant to be a driver.
hmm?
Everybody ain't meant to be a driver, man or woman. And some people don't understand that.
Oh yeah, I agree. But that's
I
just
agree.
how it is though, for some
And but
reason.
sometimes, and what I also agree with is sometimes people realize your current driver might be, might got a hand cramp, and you're gonna have to switch out with them.
Right.
You know what? And one girl I was talking to, I think that was my problem. I don't feel like if I was to go down or something or had to step back, she couldn't be the driver without me. I don't know. I like women that challenge me, so if I don't feel like that's probably why I like that certain African girl so much.
Certain what?
I don't. It's a girl that went to our college.
Okay.
Her attitude and everything, like the way she carry herself. Like I was just listening to something. Sometimes people people always feel like they not. Their life is they're stuck or something. They might. In reality, they just might be stagnant because they're not thinking to always move. But
Hmm.
like, I give it to a lot of black women. They always find a way to move. The things I give to black women is some. They ask questions that we don't sometimes even realize or think of. Some of it's from experience. Sometimes it's just like they think of a question I didn't even think of before we even get the full details. And some of that could be from that overthinking. one thing they do a lot is overthink.
Oh my god.
I think a lot of people in this generation overthink a lot, including myself. I will overthink of some shit.
I mean, we do, but I mean, women over. I remember one of my exes. I tried to give her a nickname, and somehow she connected it to something totally random, and I was like,
Well, they be reasoning. They be taking leaps, giant leaps when they
you
be
know,
thinking.
no, one time I hit her with the, I see you in my future, and she go, what? We mean see me in your future, like in your rear view, you know? I'm like, wait, how the hell you jumped all the way over there?
Yep, leaps.
Boy, that was a long jump.
Or after we broke up, I sent her a picture of a watch that she got me, and I was like, "Hey, where did you get? Where can I get this fixed?" But before I could send that, she blocked me. And when I was able to find a way to talk to her, she said, "Oh, I thought you broke it on purpose." I was trying to ask you where I can get it fixed, girl. I'm not like that.
They've taken leaps. You ask a fucking
And they
question.
always
You
assume
ask a
they're right.
simple fucking question. They be like, oh, so I'm like, girl, it was this. It's a simple question. It ain't even all that
I got
serious.
a,
What you think it
I got a
is?
friend, and he just showed this girl. He showed this girl one of those Instagram comedians like Was Jazzy or somebody. And she replied, "Oh, you think these bitches funny on the internet? You think these bitches funny? Like, damn, he can't even show you a comedic video while you jumping the gun.
No, he can't. And
No,
that's
you
my
can't
man.
at all.
That's
Uh,
that's
there's another like story I want to talk about. Y'all heard about the Russell Wilson future shit?
the
Yeah, I
what?
thought it was fake. I heard it's real. Russell said we basically the paraphrase. Russell Wilson said they don't need features little petty money for child support.
I have the quote right here. It says, quote, I don't like seeing my son and wife stressing about such minuscule amount of money. Sierra and her ex constantly argue because he's not consistent and go many months without even paying. I could provide for my family without his little coins. End quote.
About his little coin. Damn.
When I
She went
heard
old
that
Mhm.
school
quote,
on. She went old
when
school on
I
without his coin.
when I heard that quote, I fucking applauded. That shit.
I thought it was fake, but then it's a real life interview recording of him saying it on camera.
I'm proud of him because you know people been called for some reason people called Russell Wilson lame and like gave him this nice guy persona and all that other shit and I don't really get it. It's
Is
like
that
I don't ever see people
He
lame.
don't dress a certain way. I think when he came to the league, he was dating a white girl, and automatically when
He
you
was
date
married
a
to a white girl. He was
oh,
married to a white girl.
he married her,
Russell
but
Wilson is Sierra's boyfriend, right?
her
Husband.
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 Husband? Though they married now.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they
been
been
married.
married.
Okay.
Got a kid and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody, I think, because he's not the loud type, or he don't carry himself really aggressively. You get that. I get that sometimes. I've been told that I was listen because I just not the. I'm not one of them argue type niggas. I'm okay. You look stupid when you yelling for.
I'm the same way.
And people of today's world jump to assumptions real quick.
I mean, we all do in a certain way. To an
Hmm.
extent. I mean,
The reason why I like this story is because I've always said nice guy I feel like people that are nice guys need to be more aggressive. And I feel like this is about as aggressive that you could get without putting hands on people.
mhm.
And I feel like you do need to flex, especially like the money Russell Wilson get. He could flex on him a little bit because you know how the rappers like talking about flexing and money and shit.
Him and
It's like
Sierra
what,
on a baseball team.
huh?
Him and Sierra on a baseball team.
I know. So this man's getting a lot of money. So it's like he could flex on him, and it's like, what can Future do? It's like Future can't do nothing about this, but like hate or something like that,
The future
or shut
needs
the
to
fuck
go
up.
to He should. What he need to go do is get a vasectomy out here with 10 kids by 20 different women, or 20
Same
kids
thing
by
with
20.
Petty Wap.
Let he go out. I didn't know he was that bad.
Fetty Wap got a bunch
Yeah,
of kids.
he got a bunch of kids, and all like they baby mamas be beefing with each other and shit.
I never get that shit.
I'm like, I don't know why dudes entertain that kind of nonsense into their life.
Entertain what type of nonsense?
Like having multiple baby mamas and all that shit.
No, I don't know about all that, but I don't know why. I don't know why people. Never mind.
Just,
I don't know
I just
why men entertain the multiple baby daddy thing. They be still trying to get with women who got these multiple kids and multiple baby daddies by different kids and shit. I'm like, I couldn't do that shit. Couldn't be me.
Shit, we up there. So most of these kids got kids now.
Yeah,
yeah.
but there's still women. There's still women that you just date younger. Shit, if you got to.
I always got along.
I mean, yeah, there's that too, but sometimes I just be feeling like there's a huge disconnect and no one wants to work on it.
Been saying
Work,
it. We said it before.
work
There's
on
a
what
huge
disconnect.
the disconnect of
Yeah, like
I'm tired of
just men and women in general, like their mindsets of what they want. There's like a huge fucking disconnect
Yeah.
because women this generation tend to think that we want one thing, and a lot of undesirable dudes they kind of like so what they'll do is they'll um they'll downplay everything that's important to a woman in order to get the cheeks, and
Mm-hmm.
she be thinking, oh, it's just a phase, we'll work through that, and then it never happens. So she kind of gives herself false hope, and the dude, doesn't do anything to, like help her stop that.
or some dudes get false failed dreams, and after a
Yeah,
while, the reason why we get women
Sell them
who
a
start,
dream. They sell them a dream, and then they toss them to the side of the road.
yeah, and like talking to someone, I still hate when they go, "Can you pay a bill?" Because it make them look like a prostitute. But one girl's, she spoke on death like a little Facebook live. It was like, I'm trying to, like I'm out here trying to pay bills and stuff, and like I'm focused on trying to live my life. If you can pay a bill to give me some time, maybe I can come suck your dick. She said, but I get where she was coming from, but I was like, I think there's a better way to portray that. They get to a certain point where they're tired of dudes coming because I'm sure some of it from experience, from like some of the women I talk to, dudes that just come up, dudes they don't speak to for like 2-3 months. He comes pop up, trying to text her at 2 in the morning, tell me, can I come eat your ass? And she like,
Mm.
I'm sure they're getting tired of shit like that. Dudes selling them false dreams. But on the other hand, we do, some of us do who are some of the men who are not, who either, probably over that phase of selling dreams or never been like that. I'm gonna say the dudes have never been like that. But the dudes that never been like that, selling dreams or now gotta take up women are on more guard now with their feelings.
Yeah, I say
Like,
that. I agree with that definitely.
so now, dudes that never been like that now have to
They gotta
show
pay. They gotta pay for the transgressions of the others.
they gotta fight through a
yeah.
bunch of
That's why
trauma.
there was a tweet
Yeah.
and dude put up a picture. He was like, guys, he's like, here are guys that are super respectful and super, whatever towards women, and then here's how women act towards them. They kind of like dismiss them,
No.
and I was like, all right, and of course, the woman was like, this shit is not true. Stop perpetuating this lie. This is a fucking lie.
It, it
And then,
is true.
and then I'm
Cause
like, okay, I don't agree, but I understand. It's one of those. It's like they're saying this because they just like dudes who know themselves. They're gonna call themselves nice guys. Of course, you're gonna have nice guys that really not. They just want some pussy. But like when a man is secure within himself, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna project that because man, we project energy. You feeling what I'm saying? So if he truly feels in his heart that he's ready for a relationship and he knows he's not one of them fuckboys, he's gonna say that. But if he says that, you're gonna use it against him. If he stays quiet, you're gonna say there's no good men out here. So it's a lose-lose either way.
But I also feel like if you feel like you're a genuine person, you don't need to project it to the world.
No, but at the same time, how you gonna know who's genuine or not then? Because if you can show it through action, but look at some of these slow ass women we got out here.
I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes
I know that a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women like aggressive action. They
Which
like
is why
exactly.
Because when I'm sober, I holler at a chick. I have a more calm, more relaxed type of vibe when I approach them. They don't relate to them, but when I'm drunk, I be aggressive as shit, and they like that shit. They bite. I be getting numbers, don't barely be remembering who they are and shit.
Because you kind of turn on your blockers. But I agree to that. But in a climate where me from my experience, I tried to be aggressive with a girl and it didn't turn out the way I thought it was. Even though it didn't turn out the way I wanted, but so now I'm more on guard. And since then, I've got someone like, "Oh, you're submissive," but you don't know me to say that. This is because you have somebody kind of be a gentleman, or sometimes I'm also a person about making women comfortable. I know a lot of chicks that say they love coming over to my place because they ain't worried about me trying to put my face in their coochie. But then
they'd be wrong. I bet you a lot of Dre's thought about me too until they actually came over.
Well, usually, if I'm not feeling the vibe, I'm not going to try. But then some girls, But I've also learned to try to throw hints out there and like, hey, this is, but
no, I see what you're saying. But with me, I'm pure energy reciprocation. Whatever energy you're giving me, I'm giving back to you. Because I feel like that's the simple way to do things. I'm not the type of person to wait for my opportunity to get you to bite.
That's how I do over too.
That's kind of manipulative if you think about it. I'm not gonna put myself out there so like a shark bait, you can bite it and I can dive in there. You know what I'm saying? If you giving me a certain energy, that's the energy I'm gonna give right back to you. It's simple.
One could argue that in life, if you want a success, you gotta kind of manipulate situations in your favor sometimes, though.
That's true.
That whole never be manipulative, never be proactive and shit when it comes to interacting with other people. That's loser talk. That's talk from people who either don't want you to be successful in your interactions or unsuccessful themselves.
But that's why I feel like nice guys should show their personalities more. I think the thing about my problem with nice guys is with their personality, they're too focused on being nice guys instead of focused on like being who they are and being
they're too focused. They're too focused on being appropriate. That's the problem.
Yeah, they censor themselves.
Yeah, they do. I know I do sometimes. That's how I know.
But then again, it's kind of hard to tell because some of them just genuinely be just way too respectful. Yeah, like some of them just genuinely are that respectful, and it's
that's how they was raised to act.
Yeah, it comes off as squarish, but but you can tell there's like an appreciation for like the other person's like time or like just their mere presence. Some people were taught that.
Right. It's like this guy I know says that a lot of these mothers raise their boys to be the opposite of what their father was, but what they really raised them to be is undesirable to especially their women, especially black women in the hood or whatever. They raise them they raise them for other races of women. That's what he says.
You want to know what's funny? I think I heard Dr. Umar Johnson say that shit.
Umar Johnson, really?
I think there was a video where he said that shit, and there was another video where he said, single mothers, not all of them, but like single mothers raise their sons to be the type of man they wouldn't want to marry because it ruins the chances for the other women.
That's pretty much what he was saying, though. That's pretty much what the guy knows
Yeah.
was saying, essentially. But he was saying that, like, he's talking about how black women complain about educated lames or educated men or good men, whatever label each individual want to put on them.
I never really hear black women complain about educated men.
They say that they marry white women and women of other races, and they complain about that. That I have heard since the 90s.
Mm.
But yeah, he said they don't, the mothers, they don't raise them to be attracted to those type of, women, black women, generally speaking.
Mm.
They're a little bit too soft, a little bit too well mannered, a little bit too reserved. And what he was saying is generally most black women, especially ones in the inner cities, ain't into that type of dude.
Mm. I know. I think sometimes it's like we were saying earlier. I think they need more than just, "Oh, I'm a nice guy." You need some personality.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
Personality is a big thing.
And it's also like you said before, it's the way you carry yourself. And I was listening to another podcast from another group of people called the Blair View, and they were talking about the problem with black nerds and stuff not dating. And some of it's just I'm trying to remember what they were saying. One of the dudes is like, I don't want to hear that. Oh, black girls gonna check on me. So he was really like that stuff on that, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, but were you checking with the black girls too? And him and the other dude were going back and forth, and one of the dudes was like, "Man, you probably wouldn't got along because you dress, you were a golf black, but I'm still bad because I was a student. I came to school in a 3-piece suit every day because levels to this shit."
I mean, at the end of the day, it's about energy. I feel like it's about energy because, you could be that super respectful guy and shit, but if you don't have energy that's like the word I'm gonna use is seductive. Your energy kind of has to be seductive in a sense.
Yeah, he's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, you could be super respectful, but you can have an edge to that. You feeling what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can be as nice. You can be as nice as you want, but if you got that charisma, the nice that don't matter. You're just gonna still get their attention regardless.
Yeah.
Nobody they feel like they can just walk over, man or woman.
Huh?
I think the thing is you need a backbone.
Yeah. You need to not be shy off of strangers or strange women, pretty much.
And I'm noticing,
No, I was saying you just gotta not shy off at strange women. A lot of guys shy off at strange women, and then when they get to know a woman, if they ever like in school or like work situations, when they get to know the woman, they open up to them eventually. But when you're trying to date people, it's best to like show them your personality at the jump, because a lot of them will make their decision if they fuck with you early on and not later.
I know the guy said they know that they want to fuck you in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
You open your mouth.
Oh my god.
That sound like our boy, ain't it?
That sound like our boy.
What boy?
Light skin genuine.
Oh.
I call him Jamal more or less, but that's
no. Oh, come on, man. Shit.
Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna go ahead in this podcast as usual. We're gonna have our final words, and we're gonna start with Clarence.
What happened to the MGTOW thing?
Shoot. We'll probably talk about that next time.
Next time, okay. Well, in other words, but I completely agree with that. It's all about the charisma. You gotta gain a backbone. You gotta train yourself not to give a damn what other people think about you. 'Cause that's what all that is that you be worried about what the chick's gonna think if you say this, if you say that. Don't worry about it. Just do what you do.
Do what it do, baby.
Do what you do, baby.
Okay, first black ginger.
First,
Um, you want here for the story, Clarence? Where that name came from?
mm-mm.
All right,
Not
that'd be my.
really.
I tell the story again. That'd be my final, thoughts, my final word. So, as everybody knows, because I talk about it way too much, I am a former United States Marine, and when you're in the military, you can get a nickname from anything. Your name could be Michelangelo, and somehow you can end up with the nickname Orange because somebody's cousin, favorite Ninja Turtle, was Michelangelo. So I'm hanging around a bunch of Marines from all over the place. These two guys, I can't remember their name. I think one was named Elba, like Jessica Alba, little Dominican dude, I believe he was. I can't remember, but he was a nigga, and another nigga named damn, I can't remember his name. But we did chilling, and they're like, I ain't never seen a nigga or a black person with freckles. And they was like, you know what? You a ginger. You the first black ginger.
The first black.
You are the first black ginger because of my freckles. And they used to call me Daywalker because it's like since you're black, you can't get burned by the sun, so they call me Daywalker like that too. And I lost my mind, and so I just started using it. First black ginger. That's where you can follow me at. First black ginger on Instagram.
First black ninja. Okay, I'm gonna look that. I don't know if I have your Instagram. I don't know.
No, probably not. There's one STBLK ginger.
Actually, I know another black ginger. It's a female though. She fine as shit too.
Some people get mad at me because they're like, "You don't got red hair though." Who said I needed red hair? Fuck you.
Okay.
Your body hair is black or brown?
That's a weird question, but
that's because some black gingers they have like blondish or orangish colored body hair, like arm hair and shit. It may not. It don't show up on their head all the time.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
It's your part, nigga.
Okay, father.
All right, this is not gonna be my last word, but I just want to say, so the woman who won Miss USA is another black woman.
Yes.
And she is fucking fine as a motherfucker. Jesus God.
Yep, I've seen her. She bad as shit.
Anyways, yeah, my final words is like we gotta have a war against these undesirables out here. Cause I'm so tired. Like, bruh, I'll be just scrolling through my timelines and any other social media or whatever. And I'll see a dude just saying like the dumbest shit imaginable to try and get a woman's attention. And it'd be like, bruh, why did you even try with this? Like, first of all, she's not gonna read this because you ugly. Second of all, why would you say that to anyone in the first place? And it's just like it's gotten so bad to the point where like even if you want to date online, 60% of the fucking profiles you meet is just, oh, I made this because I was bored. Oh, I just want some friends. And I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this on a dating app? It's a dating app. What the fuck you looking for friends for? If you want some friends, go outside and spark a conversation.
Right.
Like the fuck. And then on top of that, you got this mentality where people are just like so oblivious to good things, or like even not even good things, but like bare minimum shit. Like just Oh, you're so respectful. I'm supposed to be respectful. Oh my God, you're so nice. Well, yeah, I'm getting to know you. Am I gonna be mean? Am I gonna call you a bitch or some shit? Like bare minimum shit is getting ignored. It's that bad. And I'm just like,
Oh, it's a toxic culture.
yeah, and I'm just like, I'm in a position and I'm like,
The
bruh,
American the American culture is toxic at this point.
I
It's
don't,
been toxic
I
for a
don't know.
minute.
There's supposed to be final words, but I don't know if bare minimum stuff is getting ignored. I think it's just being over. From my point of view, I feel like sometimes it's being overhyped.
mm, I want to agree with you because that would be like a simple problem to fix. But the reason why I say people are being oblivious to bare minimum shit is because I have seen people, right? They it would be something as simple as like pulling up a chair for a woman for the first date, right? She says
Mm.
thank you or whatever, right? But if you would have posted that on like IG or on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, you will literally get females that are like, "Oh my god, must be nice. This is the nicest guy I've ever seen in my life." Like, huh?
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm, I think you're saying the same thing.
yeah. We're saying the same thing, but
Mhm.
the thing that bothers me is that type of mentality. It is that type of mentality and how it's growing. And I feel like if you are the type of person to say that about something so simple, you cannot complain about the quality of dudes that's out there because you created that mentality in the first place. If you ask me, because you put this on a pedestal when it's supposed to be down here. You done it's like you said, you done overhyped it, but at the same time, you're neglecting the fact that this is supposed to be done in the first place. You're not making that connection. So to you, it's oh my god, this is the nicest thing in the world. When it should be, wow, okay, that's nice to look at. I'm gonna keep it moving. So then it just creates these like mentalities where people just don't expect anything from anyone, and it's hard to actually spark up genuine conversation because everyone is just so up their ass nowadays. You try to talk to someone, and the reply you get is a fart. It's just
Yep.
like a fucking verbal ass fart, and you're like, "No, okay, what the hell am I
Yeah, it's
supposed to
got
do?"
yeah. It's like real ridiculous the way y'all gotta have shit in common, but conversations still don't go right because the motherfucker don't know how to fucking respond.
Or not only I'm gonna take it a step further. Not only know how to respond, but not even give you the time of day to even give you the chance to articulate yourself. Like
Right.
you can't you cannot even carry a conversation because you're either gonna get left on red, you're gonna get ignored, or it's gonna go over their head because
Oh yeah.
they just not there. And it's just like so like what am I supposed to do then? Like people are genuinely confused. I've seen I've seen so many decent people that are like cool as shit, fire personalities. Like they could like it makes no sense why these people are single, but they're single because they're treasures in a landmass of trash. It is
Oh yeah.
trash everywhere, and they're the only treasures, and they're scattered. And if you and like they're trying to project. It's like, hey, I'm right here. I'm the treasure. But everyone would rather just nah, that's a little bit too much for me. I'm just gonna go over there. That looked too much for me. And then it's just like,
I think
bruh,
people like a little bit of toxicity for real, from what I'm seeing.
bruh. Yeah, but like, yeah, that's pretty much my final words. Fuck undesirables. Y'all need to go die in the fire forever. Um, if I see any one of y'all that's on site, I'll destroy any type of mentality you bring down my way. And yeah, fuck y'all.
All right. Thank you, Father, for that. And First Black Ginger Shining Wolf for your final thoughts. So I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm glad. I know people are kind of mad that Jordan Woods is kind of like finally realizing her blackness. but I want people to know that usually this is around the age. He's like what 20, 21. This is usually the age where people get their Negro wake up call, as Paul Mooney was saying.
Wake up, nigga.
Wake up. So a lot of people like who's been jumping on her. I want y'all to realize that like first her best friend is like Jaden Smith. Before Kylie, it was Jaden Smith. Anybody knows Jaden Smith is more human than he'll think of himself as a black person. In my opinion, that's my opinion.
James Smith was wacky.
Yeah, he's a little out there. And then you hang out with Kylie, which is like a billionaire now, and I know that her and Kylie went like everywhere across the world. So I know she got like friends of all races. So she's probably never really experienced blackness until the whole Tristan Thompson thing. So with that being said, like I compare her situation to Colton Banks in that one episode of Fresh Prince where he went to jail when he was driving. And he thought he was breaking the law, but Will was trying to tell him, no, you're in here because you're a black man in a nice car in a white neighborhood, and they can't stand that.
It goes back to what I've been telling you all along. Sometimes it's not racism, it's classism. Why some of these black people don't understand what's going on with them.
Yeah, and I've seen that many a times, and I've told people like as a teenager, most of us like live in the hood. We have to grow up fast. Excuse me, but someone like Jordan Woods, he's probably had to live life because he lived a privileged life. So he's probably just getting a wake up call right now. And with that, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it on that. I would like to thank everybody to join the podcast. So my name is Ray, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign out the podcast. See y'all another time. Peace.
Sub-Zero's a hoe.
All right. Sub-Zero is a hoe ass nigga. Okay.